Hi, I'm Bridget from Sydney Fish Market, and I'm here to give you a couple of quick and easy ideas to make your entertaining very simple with your seafood. So what I thought we'd do is start with something that's pretty basic, a mayonnaise. You can make your own, which is obviously easy to do, otherwise just buy a good quality whole egg mayonnaise. Now if you're going to be serving any of these sauces with something that's oily like your salmon or your ocean trout, what I'd suggest, which is a personal preference, but maybe just do half yogurt, half mayonnaise. It gives you that tartness of the yogurt coming through and it cuts down the oiliness of the mayonnaise. So a couple of really simple ideas, really one extra ingredient. First one, a bit of wasabi. So this one will give you a bit of bite to it. Great way to clear out the sinuses. So your wasabi and mayonnaise, or half mayonnaise, half yogurt. The next one, some horseradish. Now a lot of people think of horseradish just to serve with beef, but horseradish actually goes very nicely with seafood. So you can use your horseradish or your horseradish cream and mix that in with your mayonnaise or mayonnaise and yogurt. Otherwise you could do a seeded mustard. These are great when you bite onto those little bubbles. So your seeded mustard, fantastic. Just 2 ingredients. You could also add in a little bit of lemon or lime juice if you wanted to, a little bit of fresh herbs if you wanted to. Personal preference. Otherwise, just stick to the one ingredient. Now we're going to something a bit more complicated, but it's still very simple. And this is your classic tartare sauce. So you would have your mayonnaise as your base, or your half-half, some chopped fresh dill. We've got some capers. Now you can use the baby capers or you can use the big capers. If you're using the big ones, chop them up. If you are buying capers that are in salt, you need to rinse that salt off. If they're in brine, they're just fine to use as they are. Your little cornichons, which are basically baby gherkins. So if you haven't got the baby ones, just use the big ones, chop them up small, fold those through your sauce, and a good squeeze of lemon or lime juice, and a little bit of salt and pepper. Now people are sometimes hesitant about adding salt to seafood because they think, oh, perhaps it doesn't need the salt. A little bit of salt just helps bring out the flavour. So don't be frightened to use a little bit of salt, even with seafood recipes. And with your peppers, a lot of people don't like using black pepper because they feel it looks like ants droppings through the sauce. Personally, I don't mind. I like the black pepper because I think it's got a bit more spiciness. I like that flavour, but it's a personal preference. Okay, now we go to another classic. This is your tzatziki. Now you can obviously buy tzatziki if you want to, but it is such a simple thing to make yourself. All you need is your natural yogurt, chop up some fresh mint, chop up some cucumber, and you can use your Lebanese cucumber or your the long telegraph cucumbers. The reason we use those ones is because you can leave the skin on, but we do need to take the seeds out. And I've just started to take the seeds out of this one just to show you. You can see when you take the seeds out how watery it is. So we want to take the seeds out because otherwise that liquid goes into your tzatziki and makes it too watery. The other thing is it makes it too strong a cucumber flavour. So the best way to get it out, just drag your spoon along and it scoops out the seeds really easily. So you take the seeds out, but you leave the skin on. So that's your tzatziki. Very simple. Mint, cucumber, yogurt. You can add a squeeze of lemon or lime juice, a bit of salt and pepper. Very simple. So they're your sauces. Now we move on to the salsas. Salsas basically mean a bit chunky. So one of my favourites, this one here, and this goes really well with all sorts of seafood. This is your raw beetroot. So you can peel it if you want to, but if it's nice firm skin, I even leave the skin on. Coarsely grated, so just your raw beetroot, no need to cook it, so it makes it really simple to make. Add it into your natural yogurt. Then you add in a little bit of orange zest, and this is just the surface of the orange, not the white part underneath, because that's the part that goes bitter. And then a little bit of ground cumin. So fantastic flavour, and then you could add your lemon or your lime juice once again, just to give it that tartness, and a bit of salt and pepper. So pretty simple. Next one, this is your avocado. Now don't forget, once you cut your avocado, add a little bit of lemon or lime juice to stop it going brown. So dice up your avocado. Add into that diced tomato. Now if you dice up tomato, a little bit like the cucumber, it can be a little bit too watery. So what I need to do, first of all, I take the skin off. So put a little cut in the base of your tomato, drop it into boiling water for about 30 seconds, put it into cold water to stop it cooking, and then the skin peels off really easily. Then get your trusty teaspoon again and just scoop the seeds out. I don't waste the seeds, I use them in some other cooking. But what it does leave is the nice firm flesh of the tomato, so it's not going to be too watery when we mix our diced tomato with the diced avocado, a little bit of lemon or lime juice, fresh herbs, which can be tarragon, you could use coriander, you could use garlic chives, flat leaf parsley, whatever you've got, doesn't matter. Now one of my favourites, especially in the summer months, when the mangoes are in season. So this is your fresh mango. You can use peaches if you wanted to. That actually adapts really well to this recipe. But dice up your mango fairly small because it's a salsa. To that, we're going to add in some green onion. Now, normally it's just the green part because that's the milder flavour, but if you like something with a bit more of the onion flavour, by all means use the white part as well. So before you start, top and tail, take off any old tired leaves and then dice it up, slice it up small. We'll also add in some coriander leaves. But if you're not a coriander fan, because there are some people who don't like coriander, you can certainly use Vietnamese mint, Thai basil, garlic chives, flat leaf parsley once again. So don't feel that you have to use the coriander. A little bit of your lime juice. Chilies. Now this one adds a bit of bite to your salsa. So remember, the smaller the chili is, the hotter it is. And if you really like the heat, then leave the seeds and the membranes in your chilies. But if you're not so keen on the heat, cut your chili in half, once again get your teaspoon and just drag your teaspoon and take out the seeds and the membranes that attach to the seeds because that's the hot part. And then chop up your chilies into your salsa. The reason we use the red, they hold their colour really well, but they're also slightly sweeter than the green ones. And a little extra, and I only add this one in because I've got a kaffir lime leaf tree at home and I think it's such a fantastic flavour. So these are your kaffir lime leaves, which are readily available if you don't have a tree in the garden. Easy preparation. Fold the leaf in half, just grab hold of that hard spine and just pull the spine out. And then you can chop your leaves, but I tend to just tear it because you get great flavour from those. So the kaffir lime's a fantastic flavour. So that's just an optional extra. Okay, so that is your mango salsa. So we've got your sauces, you've got your salsas. Now what you can do is take these and chop them a bit coarser still, add it to your salad leaves, and you've got an instant salad that you can serve with your cooked seafood, or you can just break up your seafood and toss it through the salad and you've got a seafood salad. But all of these, the sauces and the salsas, will go with just about all your seafood. So here you've got your blue swimmers, so you cook your blue swimmers, you could do it with whole fish, you could do it with fish skewers, obviously with your prawns, lots of variety. The good thing is you can get all of these things done the day before, so you haven't got that last minute bit of pressure. And you can even have a couple of different alternatives so people can try different things. So make life simple for yourselves and enjoy.